Staying on this story, our next guest is Congressman Glenn Ivey, the representative from Maryland's 4th Congressional District. Notably, that district is the Maryland district in which Kilmar Abrego Garcia and his family reside. Congressman Ivey, thank you so much for your time. I would imagine it's a very busy time for you right now. You met with Mr. Abrego Garcia for the first time today. How did that meeting go, and what do you know about how long he'll be protected from deportation?
Well, it was very brief. We only had a chance to have a conversation before the vigil was really underway, and I was called up to speak. I've had a chance to interact with his wife and his family a great deal, but as you can imagine, he's under a great deal of strain. In fact, he sort of choked up a little bit during his comments when he was speaking, and I know his family's been under a lot of pressure. When the Department of Justice puts its full weight on you, it's a heavy burden to carry. And I know he's concerned now, too. He's at risk of being deported to Uganda. The Homeland Security people are trying to do it without giving him the day in court that the Supreme Court said he should have. So that's a challenge for him as well.
And today, Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem posted on social media that Kilmar Abrego Garcia is an MS-13 gang member, human trafficker, serial domestic abuser, and child predator. He denies these allegations. Does Secretary Noem's description match what you know about him?
Well, you know, she's great at throwing these allegations out, at press conferences, but she never shows up and says it under oath in court. And when these cases have come before a judge, like the one in Tennessee, the judge looked at the evidence in this case and said, I think that you're not a threat to public safety and you're not a flight risk. I'm going to let you go home to Maryland. That doesn't sound like all of those things that she just described. So at the end of the day, though, it doesn't matter what she says or what I say or whoever. It should be up to a judge and a jury. Under the Constitution, you get a right to a jury trial if you're charged with these crimes. The Trump administration brought these crimes. They should either prove them in court or let him go. Put up or shut up. It's time to get it done.
And this has been such a long legal fight for this family. You're a former prosecutor. What are the legal actions the government can take in this case?
Yeah, I mean, I prosecuted MS-13 as a matter of fact. And as you just heard a moment ago in one of your lead-up stories, we would indict them, prosecute them, convict them, and then when they were sentenced, we'd send them to jail and they'd serve out their jail sentence. Then we would deport them. We never deported people before they faced justice here in the United States because you don't know what's going to happen when you send them out. So they charged them with these crimes. They said they could prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. It's time to do it. Now, there's a track where they can try and deport them for sure. And, obviously there's a lawsuit that's been filed already by Kilmar's lawyers in court to try and block that. And we'll see how that plays out. But, really, if you're going to charge them with the crimes, and the Trump administration did, they should have the guts to follow through with it and go through with it, take them to trial, let a judge and a jury decide, and live by the verdict that they render.
And as you know, Abrego's case has gone all the way to the Supreme Court. And while the court ordered the U.S. government to facilitate his return, it also enabled the administration's removals to other countries, as in this case in which the government seeks to remove Abrego Garcia to Uganda. And we also know now that the Trump administration is suing federal judges in Maryland after they stayed Abrego's deportation order. So as a member of Congress, is there anything that you can do to help him?
Yeah, we'll continue to fight as we've done here, but really the main fight's in court, and it should be. And the Supreme Court and the Fourth Circuit, the lower court below them, said, under the Constitution, they get their day in court. Due process requires that. That's the reason the Supreme Court said he should be brought back. And in this instance, he's already under the supervision of the federal judge who's got the criminal charges in front of him. So that judge is managing how he's behaving while he's on release. He's not a threat to the public, according to that judge who made a decision on the record and according to the law. So we don't have a problem here of him being some kind of public threat because you got a judge in Tennessee that said he's not. Let him stay here. Let him have his day in court. Let him proceed on that path. On the immigration front, if you want to give him a hearing on that front too, instead of just trying to deport him before he has a chance to go to court, I'd be okay with that. But stop trying to duck the judges, stop trying to duck the juries, put up the evidence or shut up and let the case go forward one way or the other.
As you said, the Constitution guarantees due process really to anyone physically present here in the U.S. Congressman Glenn Ivey, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.